What's going on, guys? We are back once again, and we want to do something. I want to do something a little different. I wanted to go ahead and give my top from the lowest to the best Halo game out of my opinion. Now, again, with Halo Infinite came out, there's been a lot of controversy about the game. There's been a lot of it's this, oh it's that, and again, whatever Halo game you think is the worst or the best, again, you are entitled to your opinion. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying you're right. You are entitled to your opinion. All I'm going to say is just if you want to hear me out, by all means. But again, if like let's say Halo 3 is your favorite game, that's cool. If it's the worst, okay, that's cool. But either way, everyone has their own opinion. But all I'm going to say is I'm going to go from the lowest to my favorite. Now, again, the lowest I'm probably going to have to go to is probably Halo Wars. And the only reason why I say Halo Wars, first off, is because I just cannot get into the gameplay. I'm not a very big fan of the gameplay, the way the game mechanics were of moving your soldiers and moving your vehicles and everything like that. I never played the game. I remember watching some of the story, and it was cool, don't get me wrong, for the story. I couldn't get into it. And I think that for my own reasons, it just wasn't, I don't think it was the best Halo game. To me, it wasn't the best one because, again, I think the story was good, but it wasn't the best. Then after that, it'd have to be Halo 2 or Halo Wars 2. Now, the only reason why I say Halo Wars 2 is, again, gameplay. The gameplay is what really turned me off, but I did like the story of finding out about the Banished, of the war with Atriox on one lone ship, and they go up against Atriox trying to fight against him to try to not only protect humanity, but for him trying to go into Earth, obviously because of the war with the Covenant, finding out about the Covenant, that they didn't stand a chance against him, even at the height of their power, and how powerful Atrox is with all the brutes, and taking not only ships, supplies, weapons, and everything from them. And it just really got intense to the point of, it was very weird. It was weird because you got to see another powerful force other than the Covenant. So it was kind of interesting to see where it was going to go from there. Now, I will say the one after there will probably, I know people are probably going to angry at me for this, but it's going to be Halo 5. After that, Halo 5, it has good and it has bad, but the reason why I will say Halo 5 was probably out of all those for me is because, again, Halo 5 was probably just the way the story went. The story made no sense. It made sense, but at the same time, it didn't make sense. And you played more as Locke, a brand new character, than you played as Master Chief and going up against other, these with the Guardians and everything. It made no sense. And then obviously what they did with Cortana, having her be the enemy, and having Chief go up against, Cortana, and you really didn't get a lot of Cortana. You got a crappy fight between Locke and Master Chief. With Halo, you got to read more of the books to understand what's going on in the games. And that's the reason why I love Halo, but at the same time, I have my own issues with Halo, because, again, it's one of my favorite franchises, but at the same time, I have my own issues with the series. Now, again, Halo 5 gameplay is good, but again, the story it lacked. The story lacked so much to where it made you wonder what was going on with how these other characters became Spartans, as well as what happened with the Arbiter, and how he got to his position of power, and then how Chief reunited with Blue Team, and how they were taking on missions, and then went rogue, and then was trying to find Cortana before anyone else did, so that way they could convince her, hey, don't do this, and come back home. But Halo would have to be my third, probably from the lowest to the best. Now, again, for the fourth, again, no pun intended, but it's going to have to be Halo 4. Halo 4 they were trying to redo Halo 1 in a way, and again, it was good. Gameplay was magnificent at the time, but at the same time, it could have been a lot better, due to the way of the route they took with Cortana going on rampancy mode, as well as also going up against another enemy that you weren't fully understanding, as well as these other characters that you really didn't see that much, especially with Lasky and the new Spartans, and not being able to see them that much, and then also more focusing on the Guardians and making them a lot harder of a enemy to kill than what they initially were. Now, I will say that the ending was insane. But at the same time, it is better, in my opinion, than Halo 5 or even Halo Wars or Halo Wars 2. But again, Halo 4, I remember playing nonstop when it came out, and I beat the campaign in one night, so I have nothing but great memories of playing Halo 4 all the time. Now, going on to the fifth one, would have to probably be Halo 3 ODST. And I feel like I'm going in order right now, and the only reason why I feel like that is because probably, well, yeah, Halo 3 ODST was a good game. It was a little bit different, obviously playing against the going against the Covenant and meeting Buck for the first time, which was a great, funny character, and then also, you know, playing as a rookie who was an ODST drop soldier, and then learning to go against the Covenant. You were human, but you could not do all the things you could do as a Spartan soldier. I mean, it's still a fun, great game. It brought in Firefight. That was before they even brought in Halo Reach, which was great to see. Halo 3 ODST. The gameplay was great. It was very reminiscence to Halo 3. It was a break from playing as the Master Chief or even the Arbiter at that point. It was different to see a new, I say a new face of playing the game, to where you were going up against the Covenant in different forms, to where you were playing as different ODS troopers going up against the Covenant and spread out and trying to reunite with your team, and also trying to understand what happened to New Mombasa other than the attack, and Chief going after the Prophet. So it was still a great game. I'm not going to get too much into the story or the gameplay, the graphics. You guys should already know that. You guys should already play the game. It's still a great game. I will still play it to this day. I like the story. I like playing Firefight. I like upgrading my character to where I can customize them and be able to go through and just run through the streets of New Mombasa at night and be able to just have fun with it. But I really enjoy that game. I think it's a great game. Now, I will say, after this one, it will have to be more than likely probably Halo 2. I will say Halo 2 only for this, because Halo 2 was great. Don't get me wrong, it was great. But at the same time, I don't think it was probably better than some of the other games, because again, I was not the biggest fan playing the Arbiter. I did like playing the Arbiter, but at the same time, I think the Arbiter could have been a lot better. I think the Arbiter could have been in another game. I don't think it was necessarily needed for Halo 2, but again, they went another route so that way they could be able to show us the Arbiter's eyes, what they did. I feel like we played it pretty much. They took the route of Halo 5. I really do. I feel like they took Halo 5, and the only reason why Halo 2 is up more higher than Halo 5 is because the story made sense, and at the same time, it was the comeback for the greatest game that came out on Xbox at the time frame. So I can't go wrong with that. But after that one would have to be, I'm going to have to go with Halo Infinite. Halo Infinite, another great game, but at the same time, they really fell through some areas, as I've already stated in my review. Again, there was a lot of piecing together what was going on in the storyline. What happened to Cortana? What happened to Infinity? What happened to Chief? What happened to all the other Spartans? How did the Banish come through? There was just so much they did not give us in the game that left us guessing to what the hell happened, and we were on our own. And it felt like they mixed Halo 1 and Halo Reach into this game. Now again, I'm not saying it's not a great game. It's a great game. But at the same time, it could have been a lot better. It could have been a lot better. I still think that Halo Infinite is a good game, but is it like the best game of the Halo franchise? No, it is not. I still think that Halo Infinite has a lot to offer, not only in multiplayer, but gameplay and story. But at the same time, some of the characters were very boring. I did not care about the pilot. The pilot was very annoying. I think he was an idiot. I think he was a coward. And then, same time, I wanted to see Aatrox versus Master Chief. I wanted to see Master Chief versus all these other characters. Again, the boss battles were cool, but at the same time, I do believe that they were going in another route that I don't think Halo fans were expecting at this time frame, due to it was something they were wanting to start fresh for new fans, but at the same time give older fans new perspective on the franchise. Now, at the same time, I will say this. There are things about this I like: the weapons, the gameplay, the gameplay mechanics of being able to use the Reacher to be able to just grab different things, start throwing them at enemies, be able to grab different weapons, and just start, if you run out, boom, you just, use the grappling hook, and then boom, there you go. You got it. And I don't see that that was a big problem. Some people did, other people did not. But again, that's just me. Now, going on next would have to be Halo, the very first one. Halo Combat Evolved. Halo, I think the very first one is up there in the top 3 for me. It introduced me to the franchise. I remember playing this at a friend's house, and I just got addicted to it. And then I remember just loving to kill these aliens. This playing as a super soldier, being able to play against, kill these aliens, man. I mean, it was a great game. I remember playing this for hours. I remember, trying to last longer and caring about, these soldiers and all this and that. I remember playing it nonstop. And again, I have nothing but great memories playing as in the first Halo game. But is it going to be the very best? No, but it is up there. I think that is in my top 3. I still think that Halo, if it never came out, I don't think it would have made the generation it is today for gamers, as well as for ones that wanted an Xbox and now own an Xbox because of Halo. So I will always be grateful for Halo and Microsoft for them bringing us a great franchise and a great game and great characters. Now, coming at number 2 would have to be, of course, Halo 3. Halo 3, I have very fond memories of. I think Halo 3 was nothing but a badass game. It left us with not only going up against the brutes more as Master Chief, but also concluding Halo 2, going after Cortana, being able to combine our might with the elites, which was absolutely amazing. That scene where you see the shipmaster saying that, it's an even fight, burn their mongrel hides. I love that line, and I love seeing the elites come down to help humanity against the flood. I love that scene so much. I love where they're going up against the jungle and they're trying to go up against the brutes in the jungle. Now, the things about this I didn't like was probably going up against 343 Guilty Spark. I didn't enjoy that. I think it was really stupid bringing him back. Again, I've gone over everything in my reviews for Halo games, so if you guys want to check that out, by all means, check it out. It is on the channel. But other than that, I really enjoyed this game. I remember buying the Legendary Edition when I was a teenager in middle school. I remember I was in 7th grade, and I played this game like halfway through the night, and I got till the part where you found out about the arc on Halo 3. And I just loved it, man. It was great, because then I was like, oh man, I gotta go to school tomorrow. And I did not want to go to school. I just wanted to play Halo. I just wanted to be a kid, and I wanted to play some Halo. But unfortunately, that's not the way it happened. I had to go to school, and I was hurrying up. And Halo 3, when it came out, it was a hallmark, man. It was just like, let's just do this, and I loved it. But going in at number 1, you guys should already guess, Halo Reach. Halo Reach, there's so many reasons why I love this game. So many reasons why I love this game. Not only did you play as another Spartan, you got to do other things that you were not able to do in the other games. You got to be on Reach, the legendary planet that fell to the Covenant. The very first planet that officially fell to the Covenant after a huge army that, led against the Spartans, and being able to assassinate aliens, being able to, see these magnificent characters die. Now, again, some of the characters you probably either loved or you hated or you just didn't care about. The gameplay at the time, man, oh my god. I remember picking this up at GameStop, and I played this game till I felt like my fingers were numb. I was hyped up on Code Red and Mountain Dew, regular Mountain Dew, Code Red, and all the other flavors you could think of, in Doritos, and I was playing this game nonstop. I was playing multiplayer, I was playing campaign, just nonstop. I was always playing this game, and I have nothing but fond memories of this as well. And I remember when I was able to finally get this on Xbox One for the Master Chief Collection, I was absolutely ecstatic, since I no longer have an Xbox 360, because I know when this came out, so many Halo fans, including myself, were like, okay, this is going to be the best game of the year, and it was. Out of my opinion, when it came out, it was the best game of the year. But overall, those are my picks, guys, for Halo. Hopefully, you have your own picks. If you do, great. If you agree with mine, that's fine. If you don't agree with mine, that's fine too. I'm not saying you're not a Halo fan. Don't say I'm not a Halo fan. Everybody has their own references of what they like about Halo and what they don't like about Halo. Now, I will say that I am trying to get into the books. I will be buying those books when I can, so I can read them, So that way I can be more knowledgeable about the books in Halo, and also more about characters that they may show us in the future for Halo as well, or even in TV series or a possible movie. It just all depends on what they want, ones that Bungie and 343 want to do as well. So overall, I will say that Halo has been a very big involvement of me as a gamer. It has been a very big involvement for me to storytelling and also characters. I mean, I love space. I love the idea of aliens. I love the weapons. I love the story. I love the characters. I love the ships. I love the weapons. I love the lore. And I just can't get enough of it. I mean, there's times I will get so deep in it, and then next thing you know, I'm like behind on so many other things in my life, whether it be a TV show or or another game or a movie or something. Now, I will say that if you're a Halo fan, great. If any of these are your favorites, great. I'm not saying you don't have to like them, just don't judge me. I mean, I'm just saying we're all Halo fans at the end of the day. We can still have fun, we can still talk about Halo, and we can still be agreeable at the end of the day. Just respect each other's opinions. So let me know what you guys think about this down in the comments down below. Hope you guys enjoyed your day. If you guys are new to the channel, subscribe, leave a big fat like on the video if you guys enjoyed. I enjoyed doing my top picks for certain game franchises. I may do another one very soon, but I'm not sure which one. But either way, let me know what you guys thought about this down in the comments down below if you guys are enjoying the day, and I'll see you on the next one.